Can I just
regardless.
jump in for a minute just to ask a question? If the opening day of the season comes and all the Chelsea fans are chanting Enzo's name in support of him in this situation, like you've just said, Don, sort of saying, well, do you really not think they'll back him? They're Chelsea fans. If that happens, I mean, what message does that send?
That's a howler
to the Fofanas and co of your squad.
That's crazy.
And that's why I don't think this is as simple as just they're going to kiss and make up. I think the fans' reaction to it, what happens at further international tournaments, you know now for a fact. I mean, that song, by the way, was trending throughout the whole of Copa America. There was like a news guy interviewing some fans, and I'm not sure whether it was being sung at Copa America or whether it's from a previous tournament or not. But that song was trending the whole time. Every time it happens now, there's going to be pressure upon Argentine players, especially the ones that are playing in Europe, to come out and condemn it and tell their fans to stop. If they're not doing that, all these things are going to have ramifications, if that makes sense. And yeah, look, I mean, if Chelsea fans are backing Enzo Fernandez over Fofana and co when it comes to this situation, crazy. I mean, that's as crazy. You say, Don. That's
I don't. This is what I'm saying right now. Enzo hasn't done anything crazy at Chelsea yet, where it's like he's gonna have all these people defending him, right? Because last season, bro, you know, he wasn't great. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't great. It will be completely different. Let's say, I don't know, let's say Enzo was like a Chelsea legend right now, still playing for the club, yeah, and he did this, then maybe I'll be a bit like, I don't know how the fans are gonna react to it. But Enzo right now hasn't done anything for Chelsea for the fans to really, you know, praise him and clap him, and that. I don't think that's gonna happen, in all honesty. And maybe Maresca might not even start in first game of the season just to stop that from happening, potentially, if it was to happen, you know. So I don't really see that, in all honesty, Saad. I don't really see it happening. I'll be very surprised if the Chelsea fans start to, like, you know, clap and do all of these things trying to praise him.
I wasn't going at the angle that they're going to praise him. I think that the fans are going to be against him and they're going to be booing him every time he gets the ball. And I think that's going to cause a situation where he's going to be like, bro, I don't think I can play for that. If you look at it, it's like a similar situation to if Luis Suarez or something like that. You can see I can
see it more from rivals. I can see it more from rivals than Chelsea fans. What you're saying, I agree with it to an extent, but I just don't see Chelsea fans, a lot of the majority of them, booing him, in all honesty. I can't really see it.
When you say because of the last couple of years and how poor for his standards and the price tag that you paid for him, wouldn't it be a lot easier for them to boo Enzo and back Fofana? Because Fofana's circumstance is completely different. He never got the opportunity because he had those two injuries. And compare it to Enzo, where in a lot of eyes of Chelsea fans, he's putting stinker after stinker. Wouldn't it be easier just for Chelsea fans to boo him?
There'll be I think there will be some fans that boo him, innit? I just don't see it being the majority, is what I'm saying. I can't picture it, in my opinion. I can see it more from rivals, 100%. But in terms of Chelsea fans, I don't see the majority of them booing him, man. I'll be real. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Fans are fickle, man. And the season starts in, what is it, like how many weeks now?
4 weeks, man. 4 weeks tomorrow. Man United kick off against Fulham, I think, at Old Trafford. So yeah, it's coming around the corner quick. And look, I do hope they resolve it. I don't really want anybody to be working in an environment where they feel uncomfortable and there's problems. And, you know, I hope, some people won't like me saying this, but I think it's the right thing to say. I hope Enzo genuinely learns from this and becomes a better person and doesn't do it again. And, you know, I hope that his apology is completely sincere and he doesn't hold any of those thoughts and feelings throughout the majority of his life. And I hope all of that is true, because hoping for the opposite of that is really weird, you know? So I hope that it does get resolved, because it's not a nice matter, and it's horrible when it's your club. And I would hate for this, you know, especially when there's a turmoil going on internally. We'd all hate it to be our football clubs, but we've all had scenarios. You know, Liverpool have had the Suarez situation, Man United, you know, Greenwood's situation was different in terms of the subject matter, but of course, the fan base was very split on that in certain circumstances. Even when he was announced of going to Marseille the other day, there's people putting crying emojis up, which still baffles me to this day. So I do understand that side of things. And I think what's really important is that Chelsea do get it resolved properly. And I think that the world's moved on since the John Terry days. I don't think you can just ask that, you know, I don't think if you move forward to now, I know it's only 12, 13 years ago, but I think a lot has changed. And I don't think now the likes of Drogba and co would just sit there, and Ashley Cole would sit there quietly. I think they'd all come out and say something. And I don't think Maresca is going to be able to produce winning football if there is this undercurrent and this problem going on. So they are going to have to resolve it. And I don't think anything should be off the table. If the squad sit down and in the end say, we just don't want to work with this guy, then so be it. Then they'll have to move him on. They may be able to turn around and say, well, we've listened to his apology. We completely and utterly accept it. We're ready to move on and work as a team again. Then fair enough. What they can't do is brush it under the carpet and just say, get on with it, boys, because I think it's too serious a matter to just ask people to turn the other cheek. It isn't like two players having a fight at training where you can turn around and say, boys, walk it off. This is really serious.
Yeah. So, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. You guys have already seen how the owners and the sporting directors love the French market. You know what I'm saying? We've got a lot of black players in this team right now. So they're going to take it seriously, innit? 110%. Even if there was just one French player in the team, they'll still take it seriously. Even if there wasn't a single one. I don't see the club just brushing it under the carpet, man. It's unacceptable, man.
No, listen, I totally get. I don't think Chelsea are. I just don't see Chelsea doing that. Again, a lot of people want to pile on Chelsea. Remember, this isn't a Chelsea. It's a Chelsea issue, but it isn't a Chelsea mistake. Chelsea have done nothing wrong here as of right now, and I'm sure they're doing a thorough investigation. It's just been announced right now by Reuters that FIFA's investigation's ongoing. What you might end up finding is he ends up with a fairly sizable ban from playing football as well, which is, again, I can't imagine him not getting a ban. I think it was Cavani got 5 games, I think, for his post where he was 3 games when he used the N-word. Who was it? Was it Bernardo Silva that got a number of game ban when he put the picture up of the young man and said that this is
Mendy.
This is Mendy. I mean, Mendy came out publicly and defended him, and he still got a ban. This feels more serious in the sense it isn't two friends having a joke that's inappropriate online. Does that make sense? But look, we'll see what happens with it. I'm sure we'll all keep an eye on it and go for them. We have a super chat here that says, "Imagine if Chelsea allow Enzo to go to the Olympics."
There's no chance.
What do you mean?
I don't get it. What do you mean? What are you trying to say?
I don't get
a correlation.
I don't get that one.
I got no idea.
Let us know, man.
Less than 1% of Argentinians are black, and it's not surprising they act like this. I mean, look, listen, I can't speak about the whole world, but just because a country doesn't have a huge population of black people and persons of color doesn't equal that country sings racist songs. I mean, I haven't been all around the world, but there's no excuse for it. Whether you've got 1% of your population is black or 50% is black, there is no excuse for it, in my personal opinion. But
also, guys, we shouldn't generalize as well, because there are some Argentinian people that are probably completely against this and also say like it shouldn't be happening, this and that. If we just say, I'm not surprised that Argentinian team is like this because Argentina don't have this many black players, this percentage of black people living in their country. Like, that's just trying to generalize and basically act like everybody that's Argentinian is like that.
No,
I don't think that's right.
I do agree. Again, I said this about England over the course of the Euros. Anybody who judged an entire populace of people based on the actions of some is at best mentally ill, at worst a raging bigot. So if you're someone that I don't ever want England to win because I hate what this one English person did once or what this little group do here, you're a scumbag. If you do the same in this instance, I'm going to hate all Argentinians forever. You're a scumbag. I don't care. I stand on that to this day. You should never judge an entire group of people based on the actions of some. That for me is the road to evil. Oh yes, that's right. The Olympics is in France. Yeah, you don't let him go. Don't. Like, even if they want him to go, it would be sensible to keep him out of France for a while. I agree because you just don't need that. Terry, you said that you don't believe in God. I do believe in God. I found God a little while ago. I'm not going to go into it on stream because I don't talk about my religion publicly, but I do. So slow your rolls on that one, people.
Is there a chance Chelsea can get a French side in the Conference League? Because if they do on that away day, he's going to get
that's going to be one of them ones where he might need to. Man's basically done a Kobe Covington. Do you know what I mean? Who can't go to Brazil anymore.
Bro, he can hold whatever consequences come his way, bro. Whatever consequences
they riot for petrol prices. They will petrol bomb him. Like, they don't like us over here. They don't care.
The French do it right. Staffy here says, I'm a scumbag then for wanting England to lose, Terry. No, you don't hate an entire nation of people So that's very different. But I do think you go on about how English people don't accept you in football and therefore you're not going to like England. Again, I do think you're generalizing because I think most English people would accept you in football. Come to some actual match days and be around normal people, not fools on Twitter, and you'll see a different world. Get off the internet, Staffy, and touch grass, brother. The world is like, I was in Germany. I remember leaving the apartment in my England shirt for the final. The amount of Germans who stopped me to say good luck. And I was like, you're German though. They said, we don't really hate the English. That was 80 years ago. And I laughed. And this is the thing. When we were at everyone thinks that the English fans are the yobbos and mess everything up when they go away. And we definitely have some yobbo fans. But we saw yobs from every nation, idiots from every nation, and amazing people from every nation. Start to educate yourself, touch some grass, get around real people. The internet is amazing, but don't judge everybody based off what trolls say, especially the nameless, faceless trolls. I would say that. This here says, if only Enzo gets punished, it means he is being punished for posting the video, not the chant. I think the punishment should be the Argentina base, not individual. Look, I think there's some definite merit in that. And me and the boys were talking about this earlier on in the group chat. I've seen people claim that the entirety of the video we've seen was that chant. I've seen others who speak Spanish claim that the chant started around 30 to 34 seconds. They're two separate chants. So I'm still yet to get clarity on which of those statements are true because I don't speak Spanish. Therefore, I can't lip read in Spanish. And yeah, I think if other players are seen singing that same song, they should also face punishment. I completely and utterly agree. However, I don't know about you four on the panel. Do any of you speak Spanish?
Nope.
No.
So I don't know exactly what was being said. So like, it's hard to condemn something until we have the facts. And again, I've seen people say that the whole song was that chant. I've seen other people that speak Spanish say, no, Terry, it started at 33, 34 seconds and beyond that. So again,
that's what I'm saying. I don't think in the video they actually said about the whole passport thing, but it's the song. That song involves those lyrics. It don't matter if they didn't get to that bit. They were gonna get to that bit. You know what I'm saying?
Right? Yeah. And that makes sense. And that makes sense. But the one thing I would say is, like, I think clarity is needed because unless you speak Spanish, you don't know. And I'm also aware that a City fan or a Man United fan who speaks Spanish might be biased. The same as a Chelsea fan that speaks Spanish may be biased because they want everybody to take a share of the blame, where the United or a City fan whose players were on that bus might be trying to say, no, they didn't do anything. Leave our guys alone. So I think clarity is needed and it enables everybody to make their minds up. The only reason we don't need clarity with Enzo is one, the video, and two, he's put out an apology. So it makes it sort of, there's no debate regarding that. But viewers, do us a favor and hit the like button, please.